Live. They say I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. How am I live? Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add some moderators to my channel, and then y'all gotta bear with me a little bit because I want to start going live, like I told y'all a little more at the beginning of the year. You can't do this if you don't know how. Am I right? I want to have a conversation with y'all. I want to know where y'all at. That's what I want to know. You know, and then I want to talk a little bit about this uh uh young thug situation. And I know it's horrible because my little cousins got real mad at me and yesterday because I speak from my heart and I don't know no other way to speak. I really don't. Uh, as you get older, you really don't give a damn. You have to be honest because otherwise it hurts your heart if you not. If you don't speak what's truly authentic in your mindset. Don't mean you 100% right, but how you feel it. If you're not willing to speak up for yourself and how you see things, and you're an older person, man, that's a bad feeling. Because for real, the older you get, the more you can't take the fake stuff. You just can't. And a lot of y'all were born with that, and which makes it a lot better for you throughout your life. If you born with that chip that allows you to be totally honest, regardless of uh who's gonna like you, that don't mean that you are brutal, but that means you just set out with a certain amount of principles that you can't be wavered from. And a lot of us used to always find ourselves in trouble. I know I did because of my big mouth, you know. And I always thought something was wrong with me because of it. Like I always thought something, even if I didn't have it, because I was taught not to say everything that I thought. A lot of these people don't teach their kids that. They let their kids do whatever the hell they want to do. And then when their kid embarrass them, they ball up their fist and punch them in the back. And you sit up there going like, are you crazy? Are you freaking crazy? Because if you'd have stopped this shit a long time ago, you wouldn't even have this to worry about. This wouldn't even be part of your situation. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to this young thug situation. But before I get to even him, uh, you know, they're saying that a lot of people might have to come to trial, like Ti, Lil Baby, and what's the other brother out of New Orleans? Not Master P, but the other baby from was it Cash Money? So a lot of these guys are they want to put on the stand, okay, and I guess to know what to get their take on it, and what do they know about the YSL gang, what they call themselves. Cause see, look, let me just keep it real. I ain't trying to tell nobody how to live their life, and I wouldn't dare do that because I've made my share of mistakes, and and continue to. Okay, but I do know this: if you want to sell product, you should do that in your own house. Yeah, I said it. You don't need if you gonna sell that work. You can't be outside on the streets. And I know a lot of y'all saying, hey, no, because I don't want all that traffic coming to my house. I don't want all that traffic coming to my house when it comes. Listen, you cannot continue to keep our neighborhoods a war zone. You can't continue to have shootouts in the damn neighborhood and you got little kids going to school that's going to cross you and you don't even care. You don't even care if them kids out there. You just going to shoot. So, no, we can't afford you in the community. We can't. Y'all got to get out of here with that. So if you selling work, if that's how you survive, there's only 3 ends to it. It ain't like it was, y'all, 30 years ago. You ain't gonna get rich doing that. That's why I don't understand why most of these rappers, God bless them with an opportunity to get out of the ghetto, and then they turn around and want to be drug dealers. What type of insane in the membrane crap is that? You done already been blessed to get out of your wretched condition. You done been blessed among the masses. It's like going, like T.I. said, going into the store, buying a lottery ticket, scratching it off, and now you become just a multi-million. That's the luck of it. Out of all these rappers that are out here, you found a way. Because like I said, when you ask everybody, old and young, what they want to be, they start talking rapper. And whatchamacallit said, somebody said, hey, if everybody gonna be a rapper, who gonna listen to your music? Because all y'all rapping, nobody gonna have a chance to listen. But that's neither here nor there right now. What I want to talk about is these people that might get called in because of this Rico shit and Young Thug, which is going to be messed up. Because now they're going to be pulled into something that they, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, God, I'm in it now. Yeah, you've been in it. You've been in it. In fact, I remember seeing the baby with him a lot when he first came into his, uh, um, you know, fortune. And in fact, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Gucci Mane put him on. I thought it was Lil Baby out of New Orleans. That's what I thought. Okay, because I don't keep up with this stuff. I just know music, and I still have an ear for it. It's not completely gone, but I'm not into uh, destruction, killing people. Talk about how you gonna kill them, then putting it in the song. Look, I don't know what you're doing. I know you need to be out off the streets. If that's what you're doing, I don't care. I care about the babies who can't even walk to school without getting hit by a bullet, a stray bullet. I don't care about um the image that you have built for yourself and you out here destroying the community. These little kids can't even grow up. They hiding and running from bullets. So we got to be honest with this here. And the first thing you got to do is say, listen, if this dude, Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is a young thug, which already messed you up. That's like C murder. You ain't learned nothing. We don't learn nothing. And because we don't want to learn, those of us who don't remember the past, we're going to repeat it. You got, now you got this young man. I know one of his kids' mother was shot and killed at a bowling alley, right? So Young Thug has 6 kids, 3 sons and daughters from different baby mamas. All right. He's got 6 kids. Again, all y'all doing is showing me you ain't come off the plantation. Y'all can talk about, how Nick doing his thing and taking care of, and if y'all believe that, like I say, your mindset is back on the plantation. And they've done a very good job. The white people have done a very good job of creating and socially engineering your behavior right back to the plantation. You got the strong sons and daughters of the slaves, and you got the damn weak slave, and you can see it all in their work. So then what they do is they go into the Tavistock Institute and they create all these trends like gangster rap music. When I was around when rap first came out, rap was a positive teaching tool. But just like we said, you're headed for self-destruction. You're there. You're there. So what you did was they allowed you, and I have to blame you. I know it's sad that somebody dangled a lot of money in front of your face and you have never had anything. But at the expense of your own people, you take it, I would have to turn it down. And it's just not enough people with that kind of character. Most people, and I'm not saying that I'm all better than nobody else and this, that, and the other, but I do have a certain amount of community building upbringing. So certain things I know I can't do on a mental scale because it will hurt not just me. It will hurt my people. It will hurt my family. And a lot of people don't have that kind of consciousness. Those like that, we finish last. Okay? But that don't mean that we're wrong. I've always cared about my people and what we've been going through. Since the first song I wrote, I was 6 years old. I wrote a song called Slaves. How did we live working in the cotton field? I mean, this is something that always struck me as a person that can't stand injustice, can't stand oppression. I hate that more than I hate a person because of the color of their skin. I hate oppression. So now you got a bunch of black people oppressing other black people. And they won't put their army together to fight the real enemy. And so they got all this misplaced anger and they killing each other over drugs, and they full of dope. So because they don't care about the police, and half of the time they be so numb, they welcome a damn shootout. They welcome it. And guess what? The police oblige them. Then you got the brothers that, they model citizens once they in prison. But when they are out, then they making everybody in the neighborhood feel like they in prison. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. A lot of y'all hate Fonnie Lewis. I mean, Fonnie, is that her last name? Fonnie, what's her last name? I can't think. Over in Atlanta, the Attorney General. Harris, Lewis, one of them. But I don't. People have a right to be safe on the streets. It's bad enough that we got to fight white supremacy and white people and white cops. Now we got black ops that's willing to shoot out and have a shootout, and we outside with our babies. And then a certain segment of the population that's willing to excuse them and act like, well, they don't know if he did that shit or not. And y'all know damn well what he did. Y'all know how they represent it over there in Atlanta? And if you know that, why are you sitting up here acting like we already got too many people in jail for not committing any crimes, not doing anything wrong. And now you talking about somebody that's God done brought from the guttermost and pushed them all the way to the uttermost. And now you still want to do that behavior that's going to get you locked up when you could be such an example? Young slime life. What kind of shit? Why not young successful life? They said, well, that's what it means. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Because see, y'all like that. Y'all like that negativity. Like C Murder. That's why he in jail right now. You know, people just looking at your name and just look at the energy that name is putting out. And it's no way positive. And for somehow they done went into these taverns, these institutions, and they got y'all fools to actually glorify being hard, don't want to cry, and you think that's cool. And anybody, I think I even heard Kevin Gates say that. I even think I heard Kevin Gates say, how you gonna tell me you witness the birth of your baby, something that only a God can produce? How could the spiritual element of this, it's just like when you see death, somebody's life leave the body. Those are sacred moments in life. And you telling me you such a gangster that you brought life into this world, your legacy. When you dead and gone, somebody gonna say that's so-and-so's grandbaby, or they baby, or they what great grandbaby. That's the tree they fall off of. And you so hard that you can't break down and melt. Most of y'all do, but you wouldn't tell your homies. Because most men, when I look at them, I say, oh Lord, when they ain't out there being foolish, they love their children just as much as any woman. And when you paint the picture of a thug that don't care nothing about his kids because you'll have a shootout with kids on the playground, then that's why people make it okay to shoot y'all down. They be like, who cares? Who cares? Who would waste a tear for somebody who would destroy their damn community? Who in their right mind? Who in their right mind will glorify that? Huh? I mean, come on, y'all. And so when you think about it in those terms, you have to be honest with yourself. And you have to say, listen, there's a certain element in our communities that we got to get them out of here. They can't stay. They can't stay because they're destructive and they're destroying the community. And if y'all can't see that and you don't want to see that, what can I say? What can I say? And if you silly enough to allow God to have blessed you to get up out this hood, and you still making them kind of moves like that, threatening and mishandling your neighborhood, being a menace to society in your own hood, is that what you doing? I mean, come on, y'all. Some of the things that we're doing, and we got the nerve to want to blame other people. It just can't happen. And not only that, if I was to see the things they seeing, and I know I didn't belong to that group, I would feel the same way. I would feel the same way. Who in the hell want to sit up here and be involved with people that's sitting up here shooting children, or have no more respect, or don't condone themselves? Don't have no more sacred feeling about life, that they would just have a shootout. Okay, I mean, come on, y'all. We like I said, we going back to slavery. That's all it is. We going back. All the baby mamas, all the babies, and then that's a status quo now. That's a status quo to have a bunch of babies by some Negro. I mean, I, I mean, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? And why are we proud of this behavior? Really? Why are we proud of this behavior? I heard Young Thug, okay, he's meet all of Young Thug's children. He got 6 kids. No, he's not as bad as Nick Cannon. But Jeffrey Lamar Williams, widely known as Young Thug, is an American rapper and singer who is also recognized as influential figure of his generation. Why? Why is the standard so low for young people? So this is the best of us? Why? Who's saying, who's promoting him? Who made that a choice for your appetite? Destruction. You, the people of God. Who gave you him as a role model? I always like to get underneath the thing. Was it the Tavistock Institute? Trying to see how long and how low they can make you go? Young Thug was born, he came into the world August 16th, 1991, in Sylvan Hills, Atlanta, Georgia. He is currently 30 years old. He was born in Sylvan Hills, but grew up in Jonesboro South Projects. Now, with that being said, we know this. We know this, right? This is what we know about him. That he's got all these kids, and now he's facing life in prison. Possibly. On a RICO charge. Those kids, he didn't look at those kids and say, look, I'm already making money on the rap game. Why am I out here still selling dope? And how would he feel if one of his kids got shot by one of them straight bullets? You see, we've lost the ability to forward think, to think past the moment. Who orchestrated that? From some of the wisest people, the first people of God. I mean, some of this stuff, y'all, we have to really get honest about. And when I mean getting honest about, I mean it like really get honest about. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You can't be quick to talk about who's innocent, and and the people that are destroying our community with their destruction. I know that this is not supposed to be on loan, so it is a test video, but I hate to waste words. So with that being said, I want y'all to think about some of those things. What is more important to you? What is more important? Because right now, we're in trouble. As a community, we're in trouble. Then one of his baby mothers is dead. Young Thug is a caring father who has 6 kids, 3 sons and daughters each. He became a father for the first time when he was only 17. He said YSL stands for Young Stoner Life, huh? Okay. I don't want my kids saying my dad was a gangster, so I need to be a gangster. I would rather mine say my dad was a stunner, so I need to be a stunner. Now you hear that? And they got a picture with him walking with his children. Unfortunately, we don't got no information regarding his first son, and there's also no information available on the web about him as well. His second son name is Jacob, and his third son name is Jameer. Similarly, his daughter is Mari. Mego is the only one who Thug shows off, but he got 2 more. And while he was growing up, Thug had a hard life as he was one of 12 kids. They grew up in a bad neighborhood of Atlanta and they were poor. That's what motivates you to provide for this family. For his family, rather. I'm sorry. Thug regards himself as a caring father and one who protects his kids from getting unnecessary media attention. However, the media accuses him of being a reckless father and having poor parenting skills. I know I saw that little baby cussing. She was about 2. And I saw roaches in the mansion. Now, I don't know what that was all about, but clearly, um, he haven't left that project life alone. And the same filth that you had there, you brought it to the suburb. Because it said while he was growing up, Thug had a hard life. He was one of 12 kids. They grew up in a bad neighborhood in Atlanta. And that is his motivation. Jackson was the baby mama of the 2 kids for Thug. Sadly, she passed away after getting shot during an argument. So she got 2 kids with him. She got killed in a bowling alley. So they basically gonna grow up with a father in prison and a mother who's shot and killed at a bowling alley after an argument over a freaking bowling ball. Okay? Now it says Thug is engaged to Jerica Carley. Carly is an entrepreneur who runs a swimsuit line. The two got engaged in April 2015 and have been living in Buckhead, Atlanta. Thug bought a luxury 11,000 square foot home that boasts 6 bedrooms, 11 baths, a theater room, a full bar, and a massive garage. Thug is not available on social media platforms, but he is always trending on them in one way or another. He is currently trending after his baby mama was shot and killed in of course, the bowling alley incident. And the children are with relatives. Ain't that a shame? You want to talk about broken homes? You want to see why I hate this shit? Look at the babies. Look at the babies. But you brought them in the world, but you're not living for them. You're still living for yourself. We got to do it all the way different if we want an all the way different result. We just do. Women. I meant what I said. Okay. I'm going to save the rest of this conversation for later on. And how about y'all meet me here? Let's try to do this live at like 10 o'clock. That would be good if I could do it at 10 o'clock. And any of y'all want to get y'all conversation in about Young Thug and what's happening on this case, because he's going to get some time. He's going to do some time. And I'm not one of these hypocrites that's sitting out here and saying, oh, I just know where there's smoke, there's fire. I know a lot of these young people, when they get blessed to get out of their wretched condition, they've been trained to stay in it. I'm going to leave y'all with this one story. And I hope you listen to the OG really trying to say something to you. All these behaviors and all the things that are happening are a social engineering experiment on your black ass. These white scientists, they know. They know if they put a bunch of rats in a box together, keep them in overcrowded conditions, throw a little bit of food in there and have them fighting over that as well. They don't have any space. They're going to create behavior that is totally different than a rat that don't have to live like that. So what they're doing is they're engineering their behavior. Okay? It's the same shit, same experiment where the rat runs to the cocaine in the dish, to the cocaine, and you keep feeding them to see the effects of it. And then pretty soon you have water and food in the dishes, and they'll never go to the dishes. They'll just go straight to the cocaine. until they drop dead. These scientists know, and they doing experiments on our black asses. Okay? So when you look at that experiment from those rats, that they were fighting each other in that box because of the crowded conditions. Then all of a sudden I watched them, and this test, you can see it when you go to the social engineering page. I think it's at Stanford University. And just watch some of these tests that they do on us as human beings. You would just be like, damn, I'm that much of a functionary puppet. And then what happens when you take the rats up out of the box? They've been fighting and so crazy for so long. Some of them can't adjust to being outside of that situation. They continue to fight and kill each other just like they did when they was locked in that box. A few of them go away and they're able to survive and, of course, do different things as rats do. But the ones who have been damaged from the condition, you see it loud and clear, and you see it right away as soon as they place them on a table with all the space, because they'll take that environment and then take that environment and just make it just as wretched as the inside of that box. It's all an experiment. One thing I do know is we have to start taking a better look at what we call social engineering and seeing how far we've gone, how much self-hatred we got, because we not scared to run up on ourselves and kill ourselves. But for the dominant society, he was really putting a hurting on us. We don't have that feeling. Okay? So that's what misplaced anger is. And when you're in a situation where you can't fight back and you think it's abnormal to fight back, as opposed to fighting back with everything in you to stop this shit. So you think about it. I'm gonna be back at about 10 o'clock. Hopefully we can start establishing some live streams. Now we're going into 2023. I hope so. You guys support me and you continue to support me. And I just want you to participate more. And hopefully when we get the phone lines in, I'll be able to talk to you as well. Okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and see if this thing is still running, because I have such a problem trying to go live. But I really want to interact with y'all, and I'm really trying very hard. And so ain't no try to it. I just got to do it, right? So y'all gonna see me in the next video, and we gonna do some more live streaming. Hopefully y'all will participate, and we can talk about some stuff that y'all find interesting. As a matter of fact, I might put something out in a poll and then see what y'all think about that, because I'm learning about these polls as well. Y'all know I'm not very literate. So we'll see how to do that as well, and how the polling is. Also, look in the description box if you want to support the channel. That would be wonderful. Thank you for supporting the channel, those of y'all who are. And I will definitely work very extremely hard to get right back up on here and do a video for my peeps. Okay? I'm always trying to do something, and then I have so many windows open at the same time. I don't know if that's what hinders my live streams